It is finished. Three words that echoed through the darkness, that pierced into hell itself, that split history in two. But what did Jesus really mean? Because this wasn't a whisper. It wasn't a cry of collapse. It was a declaration, a headline across heaven. And the truth behind those words might be something most of us still don't fully understand. We've heard the phrase before, framed across churches, quoted on Good Friday, pressed into devotionals. But if we pause for a moment, if we look beyond the surface, then we begin to see that this wasn't just a final breath. It is finished wasn't the end. It was the beginning. And what Jesus meant goes miles deeper than most believers realize. This wasn't a sigh of defeat. It was a shout of completed destiny. A line drawn between before and after. A curtain torn. A gate opened. And today, we're going to walk through what he really meant, step by step, moment by moment, until the truth is no longer hidden. Jesus, beaten, bruised, abandoned, nailed between two criminals, mocked by the very people he came to save, and after hours of agony, with blood dripping and the sky turning black, he lifted his voice one last time and said, "It is finished." John 19:30. But something's strange here. If this is already opening your eyes, take a moment to subscribe, not just to keep up, but to stay rooted in sound biblical truth that strengthens your faith and deepens your walk with God. And let us know what country you're tuning in from. We'd love to see how far the word is reaching. Let's dive back in. He didn't just say, "I am finished." He didn't say, "They won." He chose those words on purpose, because what was finished had nothing to do with his breath, his pain, or even his life.
It was something much, much bigger. Let's take a deep breath and go back. Back to the beginning. The fall in the garden, sin entering the world, separation between humanity and a holy God. From that moment forward, humanity has been in a war. Light versus darkness, law versus grace, sacrifice versus sin. For thousands of years, priests offered sacrifices. Blood had to be shed year after year, but none of it was enough. It covered sin for the moment, but it never removed it. Until Jesus stretched his arms out and became the final sacrifice. It is finished meant the law was fulfilled, the debt was paid, the veil was torn, the curse was broken. But here's the question. If Jesus meant all that, why didn't he just say that? Why speak in code? Why not say, "The sacrifice is complete, your sins are forgiven, the law is fulfilled"? It's because "it is finished" transcends language. It wasn't just a message to the people. It was a line of programming spoken straight into the spirit realm. He was announcing something to angels, to demons, to the universe, that the war was over, that the mission was complete, that the price had been paid in full. In the original Greek, the word used here is Tetelestai. It was a term used in business. It meant paid in full, stamped on receipts, deaths, and legal declarations. Jesus was not simply gasping for air. He was stamping your record with paid in full, done, no balance remaining, no legal case open. He didn't just set you free, he closed the book. So what does this mean for you, viewer, here and now? It means there's nothing left to earn.
You don't have to perform for God's love. You don't have to beg for access.
You don't have to carry the shame of yesterday, because when he said it is finished, he also meant your striving is finished. Your punishment is finished. Your guilt is finished. Your battle is already won. And yet, so many believers still live like it's unfinished, still trying to earn what Jesus already did, still wearing chains that were already broken, still praying for open doors when the veil was already torn. The unfinished feeling isn't spiritual, it's mental. Jesus didn't leave part of it for you to finish. Isaiah 53:5 says, "He was pierced for our transgressions, and by his wounds we are healed." Not we hope to be healed, not after you prove yourself, we are. He finished it. That means grace is real. Forgiveness is not pending. You're not stuck halfway to salvation. You're already brought near. Hebrews 10:12 says, "But this man, after offering one sacrifice for sins forever, sat down at the right hand of God." He sat down because the work was done. Here's what the enemy hoped you'd never realize. He hoped you'd treat "it is finished" like a quote, not a reality. He hoped you'd decorate your wall with it, but never take it to heart. Because when you live like it's truly finished, you walk differently. You pray with boldness. You fight from victory, not for it. The moment Jesus said it, hell lost all leverage, and heaven unlocked the gates over your life. So go back to that cross.
Close your eyes and imagine it. A crowd watching. Clouds darkened. The ground shaking. Blood poured out. And there, above the crowd, his voice rises through the suffering. It is finished. And friend, that wasn't a moment of weakness. It was the declaration of your freedom. That the war over your soul had ended, with love winning. So maybe today you feel stuck. You feel unworthy. You feel like progress is far away. But Jesus didn't lay in that tomb with your story unfinished. He rose to seal the deal. This isn't just doctrine, it's decision. When he said it is finished, he gave you permission to breathe again, to forgive again, to believe again, and to stop living like you're still in prison when the cell door has already been unlocked. If this opened your eyes or grabbed your heart, don't just scroll away. Let's celebrate what Jesus actually meant. And if you're finally ready to stop carrying what Christ already crucified, subscribe for more truth-based, biblical content like this. Because real freedom doesn't look flashy. It's finished. And that changes everything. He didn't say it was over. He said it was finished.